Hey everyone, let's talk about life insurance. It's supposed to be this incredible safety net that we leave for our loved ones, right? But what happens when that safety net is, well, hidden? Today we're diving into a massive, often overlooked problem right here in India. Millions of life insurance policies that go completely unclaimed. This leaves families without the support they were promised, exactly when they need it the most.
So let's get into the sheer scale of this thing. Before we even talk about a solution, you've got to understand how big this hidden crisis really is. This isn't just a few people falling through the cracks. It's a systemic issue that's impacting countless families all across the country. I want you to just pause and think about this for a second. Imagine you've done everything right. You planned ahead, you bought a policy to protect your family. But because of a simple gap in information, they're left completely in the dark. They're grieving, and on top of that, they're searching and stressed without the financial security you worked so hard to give them. That's the real human heart of this problem.
And here's the stark reality. We are talking about millions of policies. The reason isn't some complex fraud or a loophole in the law. Most of the time, it's something as simple and frankly as tragic as a family just not knowing that a policy even exists. Maybe the papers got lost or the conversation just never happened. And so, that safety net, it just stays hidden.
So why does this keep happening? Well, the way the system is set up right now, it puts the entire burden, all of it, on a grieving family. It forces them to navigate what is basically a maze of bureaucracy and guesswork at the absolute worst time of their lives.
And you can just imagine how brutal that maze is for a family. I mean, first off, there's a discovery gap. You have to somehow figure out a policy even exists. Then you're left manually chasing it down, trying to guess which of the dozens of insurance companies holds it, visiting different branches. Policies are spread out everywhere, nominee contact details can be years out of date, and all of this just leads to endless, frustrating delays and verification cycles. A process that should bring relief becomes just another source of pain.
Okay, but what if we could just flip this whole thing on its head? What if, instead of families having to chase down the insurers could proactively reach out to the families? This is where this idea of an automatic lifeline comes in, and it's a real game changer.
So the proposed solution is a system called DCII. Now the core idea is incredibly simple, but it's so powerful. Instead of you chasing them, they contact you. Here's how it would work. When you get a policy, you could give your consent for a secure alert to be sent to your insurer if a death certificate is ever issued in your name. That's the trigger. The system then automatically and proactively gets in touch with your family to get the claims process started. Simple as that.
Now, I know what you're thinking. The moment you hear government systems and insurance companies talking to each other, alarm bells start ringing, right? What about my privacy? What about my data? So it's absolutely crucial to understand how this system is designed with security and privacy built in from the ground up. This right here gets to the heart of it. Let's break it down. The magic words are pseudonymized identifiers. What does that mean? Well, think of it like a secret code name. Your insurer knows your code name. The death registry knows it, but your actual identity is completely masked. The system makes sure that absolutely no raw personal data, not your name, not your add-on number, is exchanged. And maybe the most important part? This consent is revocable at any time. You are always in control.
So let's be crystal clear on this. What is not shared? Your personal stuff. Your name, your address, your raw Aadhaar number, none of it ever moves. So what is shared? Just a secure, anonymous event alert. The best way to think about it is not like a file is being sent. It's more like a secure, digital tap on the shoulder, just letting the insurer know that an event has happened for a specific policy token that they're following. That's it.
So this all comes together in a really simple 4-step process. You can think of it like a secure handshake. Step 1, you give your consent when you opt in. Step 2, a secure anonymous token gets created. Think of it like a digital key, not your personal info. Step 3, later on, if a death is registered, the system matches that token and sends a secure alert. And finally, step 4, the insurer gets that alert and contacts your family. It's a private, secure connection from start to finish.
You know, the impact of a system like this goes way beyond just helping one family at a time. It's a total upgrade to the system, and it creates this amazing ripple effect of benefits for literally everyone involved.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. Every single one of those pain points we talked about gets completely reversed. Instead of families having to search for a policy, they get an automatic alert. Instead of a high-effort manual process, it becomes a low-effort assisted one. The entire burden shifts from the family to the insurer. And the result? A faster, more transparent, and just a far more compassionate journey.
And the beautiful part about this idea is that it's a true win-win-win.
Families are treated with dignity, they have less paperwork, and they get the financial relief they need faster. Insurers get to reduce their massive unclaimed funds and build incredible customer trust. And for the government, it strengthens consumer protection and boosts the credibility of the entire industry. It's an upgrade that helps everybody.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually get there? How does this become a reality? Well, this proposal isn't just an idea floating around. It actually comes with a very clear and practical roadmap to make it happen.
The plan is to roll this out carefully, in phases, over 24 months. You don't just flip a switch on something this important. It starts with setting up the rules and the technical standards. Then, you run a pilot program in a few states with a couple of insurers to test everything and iron out the kinks. Once that's proven to work, you scale it up, before finally going for a full nationwide rollout. This step-by-step approach makes sure the system is secure, robust, and ready to go.
And that leaves us with this final question. The problem is huge, a hidden safety net that fails people when they're at their most vulnerable. But the solution, it's actually quite elegant. It's a consent-based, privacy-first system that could replace a stressful, painful maze with a simple, secure handshake. It's just a powerful reminder that sometimes the biggest changes don't come from some crazy, complex new technology, but from simply reimagining a process with a little more dignity at its heart.